gonna have to like do an intro. I'm gonna cut in an intro before. Hey guys, welcome. We're gonna be playing through House of Fata Morgana.
What's up, gamers?
What's
It's
up?
your boy, Skeleton Gamer 686.
Who are these two?
You're gonna find out.
I think that's Fata and that's Morgana.
What?
Let me get that sound back down. There we go. Alright. Let me clear my nostrils one last time before I begin talking.
Okay.
Cause I gotta read all this shit, because this shit doesn't even have voice acting.
No, it doesn't.
I have no idea what to expect with this. Is this one guy that made this?
It's a small team. Like, I think it's like the same size as Umineko. It's like 3 people or something. I might be wrong. I haven't. That's just what I've been told.
Might be false sources.
Yeah.
There is a house. That sits beyond dark, dense woods. Already, the atmosphere is oppressive. It's a little scary.
Get ready.
Like the world scared the fuck out of me. Like the world fading into view after a dream. That old mansion appears before you with capital Y. Without realizing it, Jesus Christ, I gotta turn the sound even more down. You instinctively accept as truth the events unfolding before you. I know in the edit that this is gonna be overpowered. The house lives in perpetuity, an amalgam of myriad fates and generations. No one knows who first said. Very pretty music, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Music in this game is wonderful.
That the mansion was cursed.
All of the lyrics are in broken Portuguese, by the way.
Oh, hell yeah. That's my favorite kind of Portuguese. Is this a Portuguese game?
No, it's Japanese.
I imagine it wouldn't be broken if it was.
Yeah. They just really wanted to make Portuguese lyrics.
Don't look at my Steam page. Doxed, leaked.
Fun fact about this intro for me,
Yeah.
I started the game and then realized I really had to go to the bathroom, but you can't pause this intro, so I did not watch this intro.
I was trying to pause it when I tabbed out to get my sound.
Yeah.
This is new content for you.
This is new content for me. I've seen the entire game except this.
I appreciate that bit of contextual framing for the video.
This is my blind reaction.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Have mercy on me, O Father. And cast their souls into eternal damnation. I have to turn this. I feel like I told the game to get quieter, and it got louder in response.
Yeah, this game's a little loud.
I was looking down upon a corpse. My own corpse. I was afflicted with great despair at the sight of it being dragged to the place of my crucifixion. My soul crumbled, and I was wholly extinguished. Indeed, I did once lose everything. However, As I faded into darkness everlasting, I heard a voice calling out to me. And so, I vowed once more that no matter how long it may take, how great the obstacles that stand in my way. Bro is singing. Or what form you may assume, I shall come back for you. That I must return to that house. So I ask of you, please wait until this mutilated body arrives there once more. I don't even know what the characters really look like aside from the splash screen. I could hit spacebar and an anime character could just jump out at me like a invasive species.
It'll be like a Higurashi sprite.
I hope so. Your consciousness, wavering like a ship at sea, was slowly drawn back to the surface. With each new breath feeling gradually returned to your fingers. Really capitalizing those Y's, huh? This is either really, really going into the religious angle, or this is getting a little bit metatext. I don't know, I'm scared.
Or maybe your name is Yor.
True. Master. You could hear the pattering of rain from somewhere. Master? And the sound of a crackling fire. Wake up, Master. Quick, quick, quick! Wake up. When you came to, you were rocking back and forth in a rocking chair. The room was dimly lit. Semicolon. Aside from the flickering of the fireplace, there were no other illumination. No light shone through the closed windows. There was only the pitter-patter of rain on the glass. It was as though the whole mansion had been enveloped in darkness. Oh, splendid. You have finally awoken. Someone called out to you. You were about to search the room, but that turned out to be unnecessary. The source of the voice was crouching beside the chair, looking up at you with emerald eyes. Who the fuck is this? That's a real. I didn't anticipate their art style to be that realistic outside of the splash art.
Sprites in this game look really good.
Good morning, Master. Oh shit. Is this a choice-based game?
So there isn't too many choices. I think this is like the only choice you have for the next like 10 hours. But in the back half of the game, there's a lot more choices, and there's multiple endings.
This is gonna determine my ending right here.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a ... kind of way.
If you're mean to her, she kills you.
Yeah. Oh my, is something the matter? Why do you stare at me like that? Is there something on my face? It was a surprising sight to wake up to. I didn't mean to startle you. I have simply been waiting so long for this moment. Tending to the mansion all by my lonesome, ensuring it was ready for your return, whatever that time may be. When I caught sight of you through the window, my heart fluttered. The time had finally arrived. You were perplexed. This woman, who looked like a maid, seemed to know you, but you had no memory of her. She's kind of dressed like Umineko Natsuhi. If you replace this with still purple frills.
Yeah, I see it.
Which game came first? Umineko, I imagine?
Umineko came first.
Okay.
Umineko, the first chapter was 2007.
When did Fata Morgana come out?
2012, I believe.
Okay, so Gangnam Style had just happened.
Exactly.
And so they were like, oh fuck, we gotta push this out. What kind of herbal tea would you like to start your day with? I have some wonderful...
Chamomile? Like a teacher trying to help you pronounce a word.
I have some wonderful chamomile leaves if you would like. Or perhaps your tastes have changed since last we met. Tell me, Master, what would you like? I beg your pardon. I allowed myself to get too excited. But I hope you will be sympathetic, Master. I am just utterly elated that I could see you again. The woman appeared to be genuinely delighted that you had awoken, but she seemed to lack the energy typical of her age. Or perhaps life was a more appropriate word than energy. But the gloom extended beyond the maid. It seemed to encompass the entire mansion. The plaster walls illuminated by the fireplace and the rose engravings and the ebony pillars felt vaguely familiar. But a crushing sense of claustrophobia overpowered that familiarity. It seemed as though the house wasn't interested in accepting you just yet. Alright, prediction. Before we even get into it, the house is alive and it's going to eat me in chapter 8.
It's like that movie.
Monster House?
Yeah. That's the final boss.
Oh my, you do not know who I am? Do you not know who you are either? That is quite the predicament. If you cannot remember who you are, then who am I to serve? The woman's face was pale, almost as though a faint chill ran down her spine. You are the master of this house, though it would seem you have no memories of such. Quite the dilemma. If you know not who you are, then you are no different than a stranger to me, no? Indeed, you have returned. But from where? That I cannot say. How about this? I am a servant of this mansion, and as such, I am familiar with the many incidents that have taken place here. I shall show you the history of this house, master. I shall surely give you a framing device on which to consume the next 10 hours of content. That will surely allow you to recall who you are. The freshly awakened gears in your head began to turn as you mulled things over. The maid had called you the master of this house, but without a single mirror in the room, you had no way of seeing what you looked like. Unable to decide, you reflexively nodded. Let us be off then. And fear not, I merely entreat you not to let go of my hand. Should you hold it tightly, you need not worry about being washed away by the waves of history. No matter what happens, you mustn't let go of my hand. Looks at camera, we're gonna let go of her hand at some point. Your hand in hers, you followed the maid's lead through the hall. I always, whenever they have this kind of, like even in Umineko, I want to go to the real life place this photo was taken.
Yeah.
The air within the mansion was oppressive, as though a black miasma hovered within. The house was bleak and barren, hardly a trace of color to be found. You came across an open window. Beyond it lay nothing but darkness. Neither sunlight nor moonlight could be seen. There were no chirping birds, no rustling grass, no signs of life at all. Everything that would normally give color to the world had vanished entirely. The only other presence was that of the maid. Following her lead, you proceeded through the mansion. After some time, you arrived at a double door, the glass within shattered. The door, once pure white, had long since faded into a dull gray. It appeared to lead to the back garden. You could hear children laughing on the other side. Though it is in the state you now see it, a beautiful, beautiful garden once lay beyond these doors. The owner of the time enjoyed gathering rare species of rose from all across the world. At its grandest, it seemed every flower was in constant competition for the most majestic bloom. Would you like to see this wonderful era of splendor and prosperity? Thought it was going to give me a choice. I was about to slam that no button.
No, I want to go on to the next one, please.
Yeah, no, I just... Can I skip ahead? I'm trying to speedrun, actually.
Yeah.
I very much hope it is to your liking, master. The maid opened the doors to the back garden. A sudden gust of wind brushed across your face, forcing you to close your eyes as you followed the maid out the doors. That's a lot of capital Y's. I appreciate it. When you next opened your eyes, the world was no longer blanketed in shadows. shit. So doors are chapters, right?
Yes.
1603, Jesus Christ.
You'll know when you're done a door because you'll get an achievement for it.
I didn't know this was a period drama.
Yup.
Oh, look at the little framing of the leaves here.
Yeah.
I said move to the right of the screen. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, there we go. So you can access your menu, your settings, your backlog, which lets you see
This
previous
is
text.
beautiful.
This is very helpful.
This reminds me of... Shit. You just said this is helpful. Alright, where's my notepad? Where's that shit at?
I personally, I put this game on auto scroll the entire time I was playing. So whenever I zone out, I'm like, oh, I gotta look back at the logs. I wasn't paying attention.
I have my notepad here. Let's see. 1603. Let's just mark that down.
Write down your theories.
Oh shit! Fuck! No! The mansion had an alluring air of beauty about it in that era. It was almost like something out of a fairy tale. This period of history could perhaps be described as a symphony of destruction. They just love talking to me in the music, huh?
There's a lot of lyrics in this game.
That means a lot of dialogue that has to be turned down.
Yeah.
Hate to see it. 35 should be okay. Oh, that's a lot.
So it's going to be a long time before you get another decision, but I'll tell you now, I highly recommend saving every time you're at a decision. Just because there's no way to reload, like jump to a chapter.
That's scary.
If you like
if I
get an
up,
ending.
If I soft lock.
Yeah.
Freed from the day-to-day oppression of those antiquated precepts, the people seemed to hark back to a more poetic, expressive ways of old. They took these newly blossoming emotions in hand, and with them they wrote literature, painted portraits, composed theater, and found love. Even the church, which had maintained authority throughout the Middle Ages, embraced the changing times, adopting the culture's flowering sense of aesthetic. War would break out not 20 years from then, plucking the ripened era from the tree of history, but that is of no concern to us now. At the time, it was still what people referred to as the Golden Age, a period of furor for all who were there. My eyes actually hurt looking at that. I'm in a dark room. Now let us take a slight detour. No, we will not be changing locations. This is a tale about the mansion from beginning to end. We will, however, be moving through time. Say about 8 years into the past, as I take out my pen again, and I scratch out 1603. Okay, now let's bear with me here.
For reference, 1603 is the main part of the story. It's just going back a little further to tell you some context.
Oh, okay. You saved me from having to do 1603 minus 8 in my head. A very wealthy family lived in the house then. The mother and motorcycles outside my window. I was really confused. I was like, okay, I didn't think motorcycles were huge back in the 1600s. The mother and father, brother and sister, all had distinctive, beautiful flaxen hair. That's a $10 word, flaxen. I was always enamored by their hair. By contrast, mine is the color of a wet crow. Okay, so we have narrator. We have objectivity here. Narrator, wet crow hair. Mark it down. I'm gonna take a note, and then next line's gonna be, oh, my name is blah 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 blah. There's no ambiguity to my identity. See, there I am, standing around looking rather a fool. I was happy back then. And what reason did I have to not be, afforded the opportunity to attend to such a beautiful home? So I poured my heart into serving that family. Servant. Canon Umineko.
Yo.
Listen closely if you would. That soft, fleeting sound that could only be a young girl singing. Can you hear it? I turned my volume down to 35, but I can hear it a little bit. La 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 la, la 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 la. The girl you see cheerfully picking crimson roses and singing like a songbird was called Nellie. Nellie. Child. Though young, she sang with elegance. Nellie was deeply fond of the house's garden, and she would often spend her afternoons there. Gorgeous roses gathered from all across the world bloomed in the garden. They were given the utmost care and even had their thorns removed, so young Nellie would not hurt herself naturally. That seems like a pretty important symbolic thing. Thorns removed from garden. Write that down. Just get some notes on the board here. You can check my homework after.
Okay.
The light brown-haired girl carefully plucked petals from the roses, gathering them up as she sang. Her voice was like music played by fairies. Nay, the sight of her was like an angel descended from heaven. Oh dear, please don't look at me like that. I admit I was being rather fanciful. But what is a woman if not fanciful? Hee hee. Okay, so have I been just assuming this narrator's gender the entire time? Okay. Let me just cross out in my notes where I say he. Woman.
You messed up.
Little bird, singing night and day. For your little birdie heart, sing your woes away. Pretty flowers all around the little birds. And even when the sun comes up, Oh, dearest Mel, I've forgotten what comes next. Are you listening? Is that me? Am I Mel?
That's Mel.
Is me Mel? Nellie was, as a matter of fact, not the only visitor to the Rose Garden that day. Me is not Mel. New one on the board. Mel. Nerd. She always came with her older brother, Mel. Older brother.
You're crafting a relationship chart.
True, yeah. The young siblings were inseparable. Mel adored his little sister, who in turn pined for his affection. The sight of the two innocent children cuddling together, not yet shackled by fear for the future, was truly heartwarming. R/wholesome. That day, Mel was sitting in the shade of a tree reading a book. As I am sure you are aware, in their time, books could not yet be mass-produced. So, is the initial scene with the maid, I imagine that's in some weird space outside of time?
Perhaps.
Or at least
that's part of the mystery.
Or at least in the, future enough for the narrator to say some shit like this to me.
Yeah.
What he was reading had been copied by a scribe. I presume he had borrowed it from the church. The book, having passed through many hands over many years, was visibly worn, but I suppose that just speaks to its importance. It was, in fact, a Latin grammar textbook he was reading. Mel was a clever boy. He had attended church from a very young age, where a priest would instruct him in Latin grammar. So at that time, I believe he was capable of reading even advanced texts. Oh, dearest Mel, please. The young girl approached her brother, who was consumed by the text. In her hand, she carried a large pile of red rose petals. Though his sister's shadow overlapped with the trees, the boy still did not notice. So Nellie puffed her cheeks, thrust out her slender arms, and let the petals fall. Oh! I like the little petal effect.
Yeah.
Look, your head is covered in roses, Mel. Oh, Nellie, you got petals on the book. This isn't mine. I can't afford to let it get dirty. It's your fault, dearest Mel. I tried to get your attention. And besides, flowers won't get a book dirty. I must raise the white flag. When did my little lady find herself such a sharp wit? While waiting for you, dearest Mel. I waited, and you didn't so much as glance at me. I'll be an adult by the time you're done reading that book. Oh, that soon? That soon. Mother says girls grow up fast. She may be right. In that case, we should do something together before you're all grown up. Surely you won't play with me any longer when you become an adult. That's not true. I'll still play with you even when I'm grown up. But grown-ups don't play, Nellie. Fine, I'll stay a child forever then. Let me just mark that down. Oh, I don't know the significance of that, but...
Child forever circled 3 times.
Peter Pan. Alright. Didn't you just say you were about to grow up? Nah. You're so mean, Mel. I'm sorry. Please don't pout, my little lady. How about this? To make it up to you, I'll play whatever you want today. Really? Do you mean it? I want to play make-believe. I want to play witches and uminekos and when the seagulls cry. Make-believe? Make-believe. I will be a princess taken captive by an evil kingdom, and you, dearest Mel, will be my valiant knight. And then you turn into a prince when you rescue me. A knight can become a prince? Impressive. This voice for Mel, I chose picturing that in like the next scene it's gonna be a time skip to when he's older. I would be hilarious if it stays as a child and I'm stuck with this fuck-ass voice. They can. Knights and princes both have to be charming, so of course they can. Which is why it must be you, dearest Mel. No one else can be my prince or my knight. While he may have appeared outwardly embarrassed as his rose-cheeked sister proclaimed prattlingly, I am certain he was smiling on the inside. Am I just, like, spectating on this interaction?
You're looking through history.
So the narrator... So, the amnesiac is the one narrating here. I was assuming for a second that, like, we stepped through, and now we're, like, looking from the perspective of someone who was there. Which may be us, but I didn't necessarily assume that
the narrator did say, hey, look at me, I'm over there.
They talk about wet crow hair.
Would you like me to tell you who the narrator is? I think it'll make sense once I tell you.
Would I be able to figure it out, like, in the next scene?
You will for sure, like, they tell you directly within this first door. I don't remember when, though.
I'll wait for them to tell me directly. I'm a little curious.
Okay.
After a few moments, he meekly knelt, bringing himself to eye level with Nellie and gently stroking her soft hair. Alright, then. It's gonna pan around, and it's gonna be a face cam of me, IRL. You're my princess, Nellie. And not just anyone's princess, dearest Mel, but yours alone. So, don't be anyone else's prince but mine, okay? Nellie... Jeez, my princess is quite the fawner. Is that bad? Does that make you dislike me? Not at all. I'm proud to have you as my sister, Nellie. You mean more to me than anything in the world, my dear princess. Hee hee. I love you, dearest Mel. You'll always be my prince, forever and ever. Her mood quite improved. Nellie began humming the melody of the song she had forgotten the lyrics to. Holding the skirt of her dress out from her body, the young girl pranced about the rose garden. Mel, his eyes on her back, gave a little shrug. Oh, Nellie, don't come crying to me if you trip running like that. But Mel was not entirely disapproving of his sister's excitement. The next scene is going to be like, then the bombs fell. He carefully brushed aside the petals on his book, set in the shade of the tree, and began chasing after Nellie. They were picturesque siblings, brimming with hope. The bombs are going to drop, I'm telling you. And at this time in their lives, there was nothing to jeopardize that hope. Would it not be wonderful if children could stay children forever, Master? Oh, this is the maid talking to me.
Yes, this is the maid.
Okay, so she's the narrator.
She is the narrator guiding you through the mansion's history.
Okay, she's the one with wet crow hair.
Yeah.
All right, let me just connect those two dots on my notes. As I see it, though, the pleasant, gentle times in our lives have value because they come to an end. Wouldn't you agree? Time continues to flow, impartial and without exception. And as such, everyone's childhood comes to an end. So we have the capital YU, and we have being called Master. Is there any indication of gender of the amnesiac?
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't think we've had anything yet.
Be that as it may, does time also flow at the same speed for each individual? Hehe. Now let us take a trip down the river of time. I would be very much delighted if we could remain at this point in time, but unfortunately we cannot. Please do not let go of my hand, Master.
We know that we have a hand.
That's true, that's big.
We have at least one hand.
Let's cross-analyze the character sprites and see who has hands and who doesn't. I'll be on my way then. Oh, you usually stay for longer. Yes, I have an errand to run today. Thank you for your time, as always. Would you like the book back sometime next week? Next week or the week after. Hold on to it for as long as you'd like. But surely there are others who want to use it. Not as sharp as you, Mel. Put yourself in my shoes and you'll understand. I want to give you any advantage you can get. Oh, do you not believe me? No, I believe you, Father. And I mean to do whatever I can not to disappoint you. That's the spirit. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. I'm proud to have you as my pupil. Ah yes, and Mel, do consider what we were talking about. The art style is gorgeous.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Going to university. Uh-oh, this is some Frankenstein shit. He's gonna go to college and come back all fucked up. Indeed. If you do, I can introduce you to some accomplished instructors. There's very little left for me to teach you, and I believe you would make a fine priest. It's an honorable thing, Mel, to devote yourself to the service of our Lord. I'll give it some thought. If you'll excuse me, then, I'll see you again. Our doors are always open. Farewell. Bro does not want to be a priest. Is he wearing is that an old-timey corset? There's a male corset with a little collar thing here. His hair color. He's got like rust bronze blonde hair.
He's got flaxen hair.
Flaxen. Whether it's in the service of God or the service of the church, it is an honorable profession. But theology? I wouldn't mind attending university, but I'm not sure. I'd kind of like to do something different. Something more befitting of the times. As for what, though, I'm stumped. Look at his goofy pants you can barely see.
Yeah.
But I need to make up my mind soon.
I think there is a way to get rid of the text box. I think in the bottom right corner, I think the window button lets you do that.
Whoa!
Yeah.
He got barred pants. Right. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, if you just click the three to come back.
I'm noticing, I thought it was just for the garden, but it looks like there is a permanent rose insignia that's hyperimposed here. If I drag my feet for too long, even my father is liable to grow impatient. Mercy me. Young sire, blessed young sire, alms, alms for the poor. Ah, this beggar. If I'm not mistaken, he's been outside the church since last week. Alms. The way he shakes his head. I can get a glimpse of his forehead under his hood. He's completely bald, just like me. Buy yourself some bread with this. Ah! Thank you very much. May the Lord bless your soul. Thanks. The Lord. Oh no. Nellie's going to be cross if I don't hurry home. Curses, and it looks like it's going to rain. Master? Master? Oh, thank goodness. You appear to have a firm grasp on your consciousness. I was afraid you had accidentally let go of my hand. Hee hee hee. Now, Master, this is the period of time I truly wish to show you. The boy reading in the rose garden was now a fine young man. Nonetheless, he still bore the same gentle eyes as before, and he would from time to time show remnants of that innocent young boy. He was, in his own mind, still making the transition into adulthood, I suspect. Mel frequently visited the church. On Sundays to participate in Mass, of course, but more often to be tutored by the priest. In addition, he also attended a private school run by an eminent marquis. Though it was not a school where students had desks and sat in rows, they studied at the marquis's estate. Secondary and higher education was not the same as it is today. When is today? Shakes made, shakes hand. Are we in 2025? And Mel was considering university. The priest wanted to recruit him to the church, but Mel was having difficulty deciding what he should do. That he had such a choice is envious, is it not? Oh, what's that saying about you, maid? Are you jealous? Good afternoon. I'm here to pick up my order. Is it ready? Me when I get DoorDashed. Oh, ready and waiting, young Master Rhodes. Mel Rhodes. It was Mel.
That's his name.
There's no profiles in this game, are there?
No.
Oh, don't call me young master, please. I beg your pardon? Can I see him to get my head out the past? The order's right here, sir. Mel had stopped at a jewelry store in the center of town on his way back from the church. The building was both a workshop and storefront, and the nobles of the area were deeply fond of the master's wares. I have a bad, sinking suspicion. I don't know if I should voice it.
You should.
I know Gothic horror. I know Gothic horror. I am getting a really, really sinking feeling of like, is there going to be the obligatory incest plot line? Like, is he gonna get like a jewelry for the sister, and is he gonna be like, oh, before I go to university, I love you, and then the bombs drop, and that's the crux of the plot.
That's the climax of the first chapter.
Because like, this is just Frankenstein. Because Frankenstein married his, well, granted, adopted sister, but still. He was so skilled, even the royal family had commissioned work from him. As a matter of fact, the wooden sign out front was engraved with a replica of a piece of his jewelry said to be on display in the palace. As artistry flourished in this golden age, the number of shops selling luxurious items such as jewelry rose in kind. However, the clientele of these shops comprised a very narrow range of people. May I have a look? Of course, of course! Good. Came out just as I hoped. Splendid work. Is it going to be like rose-themed? Look at image hyperimposed still. Get rid of that. Can I afford to disappoint a loyal customer like yourself? An admirable work ethic. I'm sure she'll love it. Such a kind lad, young master. The boy back home could very well learn a thing or two from you. Every man ought to show women some cordiality. Coming home to a cold fireplace is a sad thing indeed. Ha ha ha! Again, please don't call me young master. My apologies. I'll take this and be on my way then. Good day. If you find yourself in need of aught else, just let me know. I can make any jewelry you ask for. Come to me and your sweetheart's Dale uh-oh. And I'll guarantee the two of you will have all sorts. Oh no.
He means in the future.
Please, I don't have a sweetheart. Huh, well that's a surprise. I'm sure many girls are vying for your hand too, young Mr. Rhodes. A fine family, good looks, charming. And your future's all but... I'll be on my way then. I'm in a bit of a hurry. Good day, come by again anytime. Goodness. Maybe I'll say I want to stay abroad or something. Patient as my father may be, that would certainly anger him. I can hear it now. You're wasting your God-given talents, boy. I could renounce my name and rank, go somewhere far away. That sounds like the kind of plan Nellie would come up with. The rose insignia is getting a lot more subtle. Well, not anymore, but...
It's bad.
As he drew closer to the mansion, the rich fragrance of roses grew more prominent. Over time, this is... Hey, just as I said, maybe that's the subtext. The more you smell the rose, the more noticeable it is. Over time, this distinctive scent had led visitors to refer to the house as Rose Manor. It was also probably a play on the flaxen hair. How many times is he going to be called flaxen-haired in this story?
A lot. You gotta get used to it.
Family's last
I was
name.
surprised earlier they said like light brown hair. Like that, they don't do that.
This boy is flaxened. Which you had heard the owner of the jewelry store say just moments earlier. The mansion looked quite different than it does now, no? No thickets of ivy covering the walls and no rotten, broken doors to be found. I wonder what the Rhodes family would think if they saw the house in its present tragic condition. The sight of their abundantly blooming roses, a veritable symbol of prosperity, long since withered and turned into soil. My apologies, I get a little sentimental there. The maid, I love the maid.
She's one of the best characters.
Let us forget for a moment about our own time. I suppose I stayed out a little too long. Oh well. The sun still shines high in the sky, I'm sure it's... Oh. Boom! Dearest Mel! What took you so long? Wherever have you been? I've been waiting forever! Nellie! You're not in the house? Nope. You were taking so long, I decided to wait by the gate. But you didn't even notice me at all. Is that any way to treat a lady? All that studying's got your head stuck up in the clouds. No, it hasn't really. Also, you're heavy. Could you please get off my back? Heavy? I've been gradually reducing the amount of sweets I eat, and I love sweets, to maintain my figure for a new dress, and you call me heavy? I like how everyone in this game looks malnourished and, like, baggy-eyed. Everyone looks like they don't have sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. Were you saying a tongue twister?
You're so stupid.
You're such a dimwit, Mel. Jerk, blockhead, weakling, and obnoxious to boot. Whatever happened to the delightful little girl who was once my sister? She'd probably throw a fit if I said that out loud. Should you really be outside, Nellie? You are the star of today's event. It's fine. They can call it a birthday party, but I know it's just about fraternizing. It's obvious what Father's true motives are. He'll be gathering a bunch of boys from good families to look for someone to marry me off to. Ugh, I have no interest in that at all. Don't be like that, Nellie. They're all here for you. At least enjoy what you can of the party. I guess, and besides, it's not completely terrible. Look at this, dearest Mel. What do you think? What do I think? About what? About what? Mel! My new dress. It arrived. I'm wearing it. How could you not notice? I did notice it was something I hadn't seen before, but you have so many dresses, Nelly, so... But this is the dress I had made just for today. Look at the colors. They're so pretty. It's the work of a renowned dyer, and this belt is just lovely. Let's take a look. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is an extravagant belt. You see how it comes together to form a butterfly? Oh. Oh, I'm just absolutely in love with it. I think I'll be wearing this dress for a while to come. So
that's the excuse to not change the sprites?
So tell me, what do you think? Does it look good on me? Yeah, it does. It's pretty. In some ways, I guess she still is a delightful little girl. Oh, dearest Mel, I love you. It's used to CG again. Whoa! Don't jump on me like that. Ah! Oh, my, you dropped something. And what have we here? Wait, hold on, no, you can't have that yet. Is that a present? Give it back. I was going to give that to you later. I knew it, it's for me. And just what could it be? Hey, don't open it. Music's gonna cut out, it's gonna zoom in, and it's gonna be like a bomb. What's the big deal? It's going to be mine soon anyways, isn't it? Oh, I love it. It's either a butterfly, a rose, or a ring. In that order of plausibility. Oh, looks at camera. A rose necklace? And this design, there's a butterfly on it, and it's also a ring. It's from the jeweler the royal family uses. Oh, my dearest Mel. You had this made just for me. Oh, geez. It defeats the purpose if you open it before the party. Happiness is always better sooner rather than later, Mal. I think I'll put it on right away. I'll change the sprite. There. How does it look? It looks lovely. My prince is still the sweetest in all the land. Don't make such weird noises. Oh, but why not? A prince always knows exactly what his princess wants. And this princess wanted some rose jewelry to go with her new dress. Understand? Hee hee. Yes, I sure don't have it easy playing your prince, Nellie. It might be about time you found a new one. A prince is a prince because you can't just find one standing on the street corner. If you want to retire, dearest Mel, you're going to have to wait another 10 years. Alright, so... that's a specific time frame pointed out. Are we 10 years in the future in the maid-verse? That's a long time. Or if you find yourself a new princess. I'm not so... You're about as romantic as a rock, dearest Mel. But worry not, your adorable sister will always be your princess. What more could you want? I'm thinking Mel might find someone else, and then Nellie's going to, like, brutally kill that person. Are you really allowed to be the judge of that? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? Are you really allowed to be the judge of that? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? I mean more to you than any other girl in
He doesn't know any other girls.
He doesn't know any other girls at all.
He doesn't know anybody.
The only other girl in his life is looking at him from an undisclosed point in the future through a closet. And that makes me your perfect princess. Ha 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 ha. Hey, what was that laugh and it'll be over soon laugh? You're always telling me I mean more than anyone to you. Yes, you do. More than anyone in the world, my beloved baby sister. Hee hee hee. I'll take good care of the necklace. Thank you, my dearest Mel. Well, if you're happy with it, then so am I. You're very welcome. Now back into the house with you. The shoo. Can't have a party without the guest of honor. Do you know if anyone is here yet? Nope. I imagine they'll be here soon, though. When the fuck do vampires and witches enter? Were you down at the church again today, Mel?
I like how you're just convinced there's vampires in this.
Are there not?
You're gonna find out.
This seems like a vampire story. There's either a vampire or a Frankenstein in here, and I don't think there's a Frankenstein. Yeah, there's something I didn't know how to translate, so I went to look it up. How so diligent? I can't say I really like the priest there, personally. Actually, I kind of feel the same way. What? Really? Why? He tried to give me unsolicited career advice. Well, you know, I have my reasons. So even you don't always like the priest, huh? Let's skip mass on Sunday, then. We can go play. No skipping church. As grew the brother, so too did the sister. That day, Nellie would be turning 14, and Mel, 3 years her senior, was 17. He does not look like a 17-year-old. You saw it with your own eyes, so you know just how much she has changed. She was always a cute little girl, and she grew into an even more beautiful young woman. Though she was only 14, she was well on her way to becoming a fine lady. As for her character, well, hee hee hee, but a girl like that has her own charms, would you not say? Drifting down the river of time, the two siblings matured into healthy young adults. Write that down, healthy young adults. If we see them do anything strange or psychologically damaging or anything like that in the future, let's remember they're healthy young adults.
They're healthy young adults. Nothing wrong with them.
But the core of their relationship did not change in the slightest. Nellie was very much attached to her brother, and as much as Mel complained, he still cared deeply for his sister. Around the time, I'm just wondering, when is the shoe gonna drop? When is this gonna turn into a fucking nightmare? Carriages started lining up outside as well-dressed aristocrats made their way into the house.
It's a nice game about a beautiful rose mansion.
A nice game that opened up a disclaimer that said serious topics, violence, death, murder, slurs.
I think that was just a prank. That was just to scare people away. That's the filter.
That was the great filter. As Nellie had suspected, the majority of them are boys. Yes, I understand. You don't need to say anything more. Rose Manor, right? Okay, we'll go together. Me? Alone? No, please don't make me. The inhabitants of Rose Manor are surely living quite contented lives, and I'm sure they don't remember a thing. Okay.
Mysterious.
Is that the end of the game?
Credits roll.
That was an MCU teaser. That's like fucking Thanos at the end. The room with the fireplace was always kept in pristine condition so they could entertain guests at any time. Walls colorfully decorated with tapestries and stained glass windows gave testament to their great fortune. The servants' first assignment every morning was to clean this room. Pitchers, silver plates, and silverware were polished to a shine, so they could be proudly put to use at a moment's notice. And for events like their daughter's birthday, the room served an even more important role. The table's tops were removable, so they had ordered new tabletops with designs made especially for this occasion. Once the banquet had drawn to a close, Tables specked with half-empty wine glasses and leftover candied fruits were moved off to the side to make room for, of course, the festivities. Good evening, Lady Nellie. You're looking particularly lovely today. Nellie, I had these jewels cut out just for you. You'll let me have this dance, won't you? She wants to kill herself so bad. Ugh. What's the matter, Nellie? You look exhausted. These are pretty good. Want one? I know you like sweets. They're apples candied in rock sugar, I think. Oh wait, wrong sibling. Fuck. I'm gonna have to edit that out of the video and surgically replace. You disappoint me, dearest Mel. Huh? What do you think is the matter? They just keep coming. It never ends. It's driving me up the wall. Everyone's just repeating the same lines they've been taught. They all think pretty jewels and requests to dance are enough to make a girl swoon. But I think that is true for you, Nellie. Though, why is she disappointed with me? Is he stupid?
He is. He's dumb as a rock.
Ugh. I think I'm done with birthday parties after this year. We'll probably throw an even bigger one next year. Huh? Why? I like how her hair's a little bit green. Well, you know, you're about that age, Nellie. We are a reasonably distinguished family, so there are a number of different houses that would like to have connections with us. So what you're saying is do it for the family. No, that's not... I won't date or marry anyone. Kind of based.
She's so real.
I have no interest in being used as a pawn in their inner family politics. Pawn? I wouldn't go that far. And I'm sure Father wants to let you choose yourself. You know, someone you actually love. Love? I never thought I would hear you talking about love, dearest Mel. You don't even understand what makes Shakespeare's plays so beautiful, and you're talking about love. You fell asleep during Romeo and Juliet, and you're talking about love? I don't think Nellie has very good media literacy skills.
She's 14. That is about the age you would think Romeo and Juliet is romantic.
We went all the way out to the Globe Theater, too. If she saw Othello, her life would have been changed irreversibly.
They weren't running that one this year.
I heard talk about fairies. Can we get Midsummer in here? Well, pardon me for being ignorant when it comes to romance and the arts. But you're not, Nellie. Shakespeare's make-believe story made you cry like a baby. Anyone would cry at that. You'd have to be crazy to sleep through it. That's not what I'm saying. Someone as emotionally vibrant as you, Nellie, would have no problem finding love. Ah, dearest Mel. We should dance. She wanted to shut him up. Lady Nellie, could I have this? Let's dance, dearest Mel. What? Me? Wait a... Come on, I really like this song. Quit pulling on me, Nellie. What's the point of us dancing? We're siblings. Mother and father are staring daggers at us. No matter. What day is it today, dearest Mel? Your birthday. Exactly, so I can do what I want. Now, attend to your princess as a proper prince should. Oh, jeez, how did I get myself into this? Nellie's skirt fluttered along with her as she stepped in time to the music. She was not only a skilled singer, but a skilled dancer as well. Mel, on the other hand, fumbled over his own feet trying to keep up. One would be hard-pressed to describe his dance abilities as good, even as flattery. Though boys of his pedigree were taught to dance as part of their etiquette lessons, he found himself more being dragged around by his sister. He could hardly be said to be attending to her. This is humiliating. I like this sway.
Yeah.
Bro is vibing. This is my Discord status screen. Because his parents had been hands-off in raising him, largely giving him free rein to study and learn what he pleased, Mel looked like a tangled-up marionette. From throughout the hall, he could hear giggling, uncomfortable chuckling, and people coughing to disguise their laughter. Come now, dearest Mel. If this is the best you can manage, what are you going to do when you find a girl that catches your eye? I won't, so it doesn't matter. I'm gay. Follow my lead, Mel. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I took lessons on how to ballroom dance before I went to my high school prom. And we were away from the dance floor when like a waltz song was playing. And we get on the dance floor, me and my date to the prom, and we prepare to start ballroom dancing. But then the music cuts out, and the guy on the mic's like, "All right, guys, are you ready for this?" And then Cha-Cha Slide started playing. That's a true story. That's
awesome.
Take it back now, y'all. It did not matter.
Were you more excited for a Cha-Cha Slide?
I was pretty excited. It did not matter to her that he moved awkwardly or that the guests were giving them cold stares. It was their parents who first cracked under the pressure. Just as their father was about to give an exaggerated cough and stop the music, a ruckus suddenly swelled up near the entrance. What could that be? Vampires? Who knows? Whatever's going on, I've been spared. The music came to a stop, and the party guests began bustling. The siblings' father spoke up sternly above the noise in order to quell the spreading commotion. He ordered the servants to investigate, had the music restarted, gave a short apology for the interruption, and set the party back on course. I went to go check on the entrance with the other servants, as I recall. Okay, so maid is here. Oh my, why are you looking at me like that? Hee. These are not my memories, but those which dwell within the mansion. Do you think we should be following what happens next from my perspective, then? The maid's gonna go to herself and it's gonna be like, oh, look at that fucking cool girl. This is not what confused you? Well, your question shall be answered in time. In time. Now let us return to our tale. Though the party had fallen still for a moment, their father's decisive actions restored the guests' festive moods in short order. So it was not by any means the commotion that caused the ball to conclude earlier than planned. Oh dear, I hear thunder. It was rather loud, too. Sounds like we have quite the storm brewing. They lived in a country where the weather was nothing if not unpredictable. Are we in London? Are we in...
I can't remember if they say where it is.
Are we in Rokujima
I think
Island?
it is meant to be around that area, though.
Okay. Rain was a frequent occurrence there.
Oh no, it's France, I think.
Ah.
I just remembered that. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure.
Parlez-vous English? The stretches of time with clear skies grew longer as summer approached, but the weather was still somewhat unstable on the cusp of the two seasons. They had a strong wind that night as well, which turned the raindrops into little spears on the window. Were the party to continue on any longer, no one would be able to go home. Although their father was quite concerned that Nellie had not got on with any of the aristocrat boys, he decided to cut the festivities short.
I might be wrong about France. I'm trying to think about it now. It might be something else to do with France in this game.
They're in America. They're in California right now. Thank goodness it ended early. How lucky I am. Whoa! Accidentally skipped that. How lucky I am. This must be the blessing for always being such a good girl. I'm not sure having your own birthday party cut short counts as lucky. but it was no fun. I can't help it if I'm not enjoying myself. And for heaven's sake, Arthur was here. I have no interest in dancing with that dunce. Arthur? Who's that again? Someone who was here? Unbelievable! You don't remember anything, do you, dearest Mel?
His head is empty.
Mel's the amnesiac. I know it for a fact. We are Mel, and I am he. He came over to play a few times when we were little. He's covered in gross freckles, and he's a huge jerk. He said my hair looked like the color of fallen leaves. Fallen leaves! Just thinking about that ugly smirk has me fuming. And yet he acts like nothing happened. He even calls me Lady Nellie, for goodness sake. Are you listening, dearest Mel? I'm listening. He's not listening. I wonder what the ruckus earlier was. You weren't listening, were you? Who cares about that? Sorry, but aren't you curious? There probably wasn't another guest, at least. Maybe a cat sneaked in. You think so? I got the wrong siblings again.
Screwed it up.
It's very... I'm not picking up the subtle clues of when who's talking. I gotta start paying attention to whose sprite moves and who's lit up.
Yeah.
I do. But enough about that. Would you like to play cards in my room, dearest Mel? Would you like to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Seriously? I'm exhausted, though. She strikes me as a pendulum summoner. It's not even that late. Fine.
I think she would use like a one-turn kill deck.
How come there's been no Yu-Gi-Oh series that's like 1600s, like a period piece? That'd be badass.
I guess I don't know what era some of the Yu-Gi-Oh shit flashes back to.
Oh wait, I guess they did play in Egyptian times.
Yeah, there's Egyptian times.
They could play in Victorian era.
I don't know.
Something feels kind of off. A cat. I want to go check. Come on, hurry up! Oh, hold on. You don't need to drag me, Nellie. My birthday isn't over yet, so you're not done attending to me. Oh, Nellie. Boom! Okay. It's been 2 scene transitions. Let's do a quick recap. So we have Mel and Nellie. Last name, it was,
You got this?
hang on, it was 2 syllables. I stopped taking notes. Roadies? Mel Roadies? Yes? I assume it's Roadies. I think I remember that. And they are an aristocratic family in France, England, California. And he is kind of being groomed into being a holy man, but he wants to be free and do his studies as he wishes. She is being inevitably going to be married off to somebody to fit the culture of the time. There's the maid there, and it's most definitely Mel, who is now in the maid dimension. So when do the vampires come in?
Maybe it's this scene.
You're right. Hang on.
Also, I was muted. It is Rhodes is their last name. It sounds
Okay.
like Rose.
Oh, fuck off. The rain just won't let up. I can't sleep. I wonder what the commotion earlier was about. Oh, for goodness sake. It's all the storm's fault. Is there, like, violence in this game? Is there, like, gore?
I don't think so. I think it's nice. I think it's everybody's happy. There's a little bit of like political drama, but I think that it's gonna have a happy ending.
head slowly swivels towards the camera. Obnoxiously loud creaking noise heard as my neck swivels over to make direct eye contact at that statement. That's why I can't sleep. I'm just fretting over nothing. I'm sure Nellie was right. It was just a cat. He's getting deeper. I gotta stop. He's getting more.
He's aging.
Maybe a dog. I can't sleep. I hardly ever have this much trouble falling asleep. What could this feeling be, I wonder? It's not quite foreboding. Walking around the house at this time of night isn't going to help anything. But I'm not going to fall asleep just by lying here. The only sounds that could be heard in the dark corridors were the sharp pitter-patter of the rain, his footsteps, and his breathing. Though he was intimately familiar with the layout of the house, that night the hallways felt like an endless labyrinth veiled in shadows. Is he gonna stumble upon his dead sister? No moonlight shone through the windows, so he naturally found himself moving cautiously, despite being in his own residence. Keeping the palm of his hand pressed up against the chilly wall, he put one foot in front of the other. But to where was he supposed to head? Mel, of course, had no way of answering that question himself. If he had anything, it was guidance from above, the path to his destination lit by flashes of lightning. Or perhaps there was something else leading him along. Though he progressed with a fair bit of hesitation in his step, Mel was slowly but surely drawing nearer to one room in particular. He made his way through the seemingly endless halls, past the living room, its fireplace long since cooled, into another corridor, and then stopped outside an Abigail's bedchamber. The dim glow of a lamp spilled through the cracks in its doors. A gust of wind is not necessary to make a flame flicker. A person's movements or vibrations in the air from someone speaking, the slightest emotions can cause the light of a fire to quiver, shifting subtly as though nudged by an invisible fingertip. I can see light from inside. Is she still awake? Voice. You seem to be hesitating. Are these are those notes being played backwards? Or is that
they might be.
Or is that just a weird synth?
Could be either one. This game does like to play with its presentation, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're backwards notes.
Reminds me of like the Skyward Sword shit.
Mm-hmm.
It would not be difficult for him to approach the door and peer inside. But he had reservations about peeping in on another's chambers, even if it was his own house. Moreover, this room was assigned to a woman. There was a woman behind that door.
Whoa.
What would you do, Master, in this situation? Would you succumb to your curiosity and gaze inside? Or would you respect the owner's privacy? Hee. I shouldn't be doing this. The voice. It feels like it's calling to me or someone else. Yes, me could sense someone watching me at this moment. He had succumbed to his curiosity. He stood on the other side of the door from me, his flat... Is the maid in there? Oh shit. His flaxen eyes. Why are his eyes flaxen now? Trying to remain as invisible as possible. The wavering in his heart seemed to create faint ripples in the air, which I pretended not to notice. Okay, now this is interesting. Because, like, now the fact that the narrator is someone in the story but not the viewpoint character is becoming intriguing. It's kind of like horror by proxy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird POV shift. Yes, I knew he was there. I could sense his presence and his wavering emotions. However, I could not begin to speculate as to his true feelings, or how great a surprise this was to him. I too am discovering new facets of this tale by viewing it through the eyes of the mansion. So the maid is also getting an objective viewpoint of these events.
Yes.
But it is not I who is of concern, Master. It is you. You and... I know I shouldn't be doing this. I should be ashamed of myself. But I can't look away. Who is that? Her skin, it's so pale you can practically see through it. Is it that white because she was out in the cold rain? Her hair is white as snow, and her eyes, they're like, how do I describe it? My vocabulary truly lacks for situations like this. They look like blood? No, that's just disturbing. Then wine, perhaps? No, more translucent than that. Me and the voices in my head trying to get some prose down. Gemstones, then? Yes, gemstones. Her eyes are like rubies. I've never seen anyone like her before. What could they be talking about? Mel's eyes were fixed on the peculiar young woman. She has glass-like skin, eyes that glimmered in the flickering candlelight, and snow-white hair that flowed like luxurious silk. But her lips were bluish-purple. Wait. She's on the title cover of the game, isn't she?
Yeah, she's on the title screen.
Her twinkling eye... Was the other one on the title screen like an adult Mel?
The two people on the title screen were, this girl and the maid.
Oh. That doesn't bode well for the brother and sister's chances at surviving, huh? And her hair a disheveled mess. Oh yeah, real disheveled looking, real fucking
Messed up.
She was, even at a glance, clearly not a lady of means. The tips of her fingers were cracked from the cold, her nails pale from malnutrition, and her garb little more than rags. However, true beauty is always visible, no matter what it may be hidden beneath. Even wrapped in a veil of...
You got it.
Insalubrity? Insalubrity... Hang on. Hang on. Computer. Okay, Google Glass. Pronounce
Computer,
this word for me.
What is this word?
Learning something today. Fucking show me the word. Synonyms: poisonous, unhealthful, toxic. Pronounce.
Insalubrity.
What?
Insalubrity.
Insalubrity. I said that first, didn't I?
That was one of the words you said, yeah.
Even if she thought herself hideous. I wonder what happened to her. Mel could no longer avert his gaze from the girl's visage. He had, for the time being, forgotten the shame he felt for peeping. Let's see. She's got like a fucking like Winnie the Pooh outfit on. As he strained his ears to hear the conversation taking place inside, a sickly voice arose from the white-haired girl's purple lips. So feeble was the sound that a gentle breeze blowing through the room could carry it away. I apologize for the trouble. Think nothing of it. Give your apologies and thanks to the mistress. Understood. There is something strangely comforting about this house, almost as if I've been here before. If my father were here, I'm sure he would have been quite fond of it. I am sorry about your father. There's nothing you could have done, I imagine. When you came to our rescue, he was already Rescue? Father. Was that perchance what that commotion was about? He stared intently, entranced by the scene unfolding beyond the door. Gaze can often signal one's presence to others more effectively than words. The white-haired girl could likely sense him there as well. She flicked her gem-like eyes upward. Damn, get some fucking contacts, bro. There's when the boy finally felt a pang of panic. Am I crazy? Is that just detailing on the neck, or is that like wounds? Like little remnant of like a strangle mark, maybe?
I don't know.
That's a detailed collarbone.
I think it's just detail, but maybe it's a wound.
For a split second, his flaxen eyes met her ruby eyes, causing him to recoil from the door. Shouldn't have been so flaxen, bro. His heart was pounding like the rain outside. Careful not to make a sound, he took 2 steps away. Did she catch me? I'm not sure. It was only for a moment. She can't have seen me. The boy did not have the courage to peek in on the room a second time, so he cautiously returned to his bedchamber as quietly as he could manage. I would also run away if I saw a girl. But even beneath his covers, he cannot erase that girl's eyes from his memory. Her melancholic red irises, her voice delicate as glass sculpture, her pale, almost lifeless skin, her pure white hair. Every singular detail kept him from she's a vampire! From banishing her image from his mind. Nor could he restrain his heavily pounding heart. Well, who could she be? Is something the matter? No. I just thought I felt someone watching us. That's not the same outfit she had on in the CG. It's only your imagination, I'm sure. If not your imagination, then perhaps some unseen force was watching you. Unseen force. Are you familiar with how people refer to this mansion? Rose Manor. Yes, indeed. It is called Rose Manor because you can smell the sweet fragrance of the rose garden even at a great distance. That is not what I meant. It is said that a witch resides within the house.
What?
Oh, fuck. A witch in Umineko?
Show me the epitaph.
I have not heard any such stories. You probably wouldn't have. It was a very, very long time ago. Nothing you need concern yourself with. You have a peculiar presence about you. Should I consider that a compliment? She kind of looks like Michael Jackson.
Don't say that.
It's getting late. You should get some rest. A room has already been set aside for you. But first, may I ask you one thing? Yes? I do not believe you have given me your name yet. My name is... L. Wake up! Get up, Mel! I forgot this character is in the game. Huh? It's morning? You disappoint me, dearest Mel. It's very much long since morning. I didn't see you at breakfast, so I came to find out what was the matter. I've really been asleep that long? And father is too lenient on you, dearest Mel. Oversleeping is hardly proper behavior for a firstborn son. I know. But before that, I'm the right sibling. This is the voice you should use for my dialogue. Yes, dearest Mel? What are you doing in here? You can't just go prancing into a boy's bedchambers. Yeah, he had the entire fucking debate last night of whether he should even so much as peek into a girl's.
Yeah.
Leave that for the servants. I did send for one for you. You're the one who refused to wake up. Besides, it's not like we're strangers. We used to sleep together all the time. That was long ago. Things are different now. Oh, you're overthinking it, silly. That she's talking to me, talking about the plot. You're overthinking it. Now hurry up. Out of bed, sleepyhead. Alright, I'm getting up. So you can see yourself out. Oh my, you look awful, dearest Mel. Your eyes look flaxen. As someone who overslept, you look like you didn't get a wink last night. You think so? You didn't go out to the town last night, did you? Naughty, naughty boy. I would never. You know that. You squeaked. I don't think I believe you. I didn't really squeak as him. Hang on. I would never. I didn't go out last night or anything. I'm tired because you had me playing cards until late, Nelly. Hey, we weren't playing for that long. Besides, look at me. I got up just fine. Anyway, shoo. I can't get dressed with you in here. Fine, I'm leaving. Phew. Wipes sweat from forehead. Oh, I almost forgot, dearest Mel. What now? Come on, no need to be mean. I'm sure you'll be quite surprised at the news. Oh? At breakfast, which you missed, Father told us. Told you what? Do I really want to say? It sounds like you want me out of your room, dearest Mel. Please, Nelly. We got a new maid today from a house we have ties to, supposedly. I've never seen anyone like her before. She had these ruby eyes, and she had this voice as soft as... For supposedly coming from a good family, she isn't very graceful, and I've never seen her at social gatherings. But that's not the surprising part. Does that maid... She's peculiar. Has a very unusual appearance, that one. Have white hair. What? How do you know that, dearest Mel? Thanks, Nelly. Hey, get back here. Oh, for goodness sake, what's gotten into him? Ah! At the time, the majority of the servants in the mansion were men. However, the ladies of the house all had Abigails, so there were several women servants, myself included. The maids, by and large, were selected from the daughters of other esteemed families. It was, you could say, a sort of training before they entered society. Oh, so that's interesting. So the maids aren't necessarily like a servant. Like, they are servants, but it's kind of like an apprentice relationship?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're not lower born.
Yeah, most of them are actually, like, from noble families.
I see. The girls would serve at houses even more powerful than their own. And the white-haired girl Mel saw the night before was one such maid. When he heard this, Mel could not sit still any longer. Oh, I didn't really think this through, did I? I don't even know where she is. I'm guessing she's probably Mother's maid. White hair. It has to be the girl from last night. What? Deep down, he was having difficulty believing the young woman he had seen the previous night was truly here to be a servant. And can you blame him? When he saw her, she was an absolute mess, hardly what you would envision from a girl of class. But he did not seek her to find out whether that was true. He merely wanted to see her once more, to ascertain whether what he had witnessed the previous night was real or his imagination. And he wanted to have an actual conversation with her. I don't want to run into Mother, that would be awkward. He was heading towards his mother's bedchamber, but the closer he drew, the heavier each step grew. He rounded a corner, debating whether or not to head back, and stopped in his tracks. On occasion, wishes do come true. When Mel turned the corner, he saw her, that same girl, that same white hair. She appeared to be cleaning the hallway. She traced along the wooden carvings lining the walls, making certain not to miss even a speck of dust. The girl wore a pristine dress, the uniform of the mansion's Abigail's. There was no longer any filth to obscure her beauty. There wasn't any filth in that CG, but we're just taking his word for it.
that was his mind.
Is
the way
his
he
perception,
conjured her.
his
Yeah.
subjective experience? All of that had covered her pure white hair, and glass-like skin was no longer. The one thing that had not changed were her listless ruby eyes. Pardon me. Hearing his footsteps, the young woman raised her head. She caught Mel's gaze and for a brief moment merely blinked at him in silence. Lord Mel, yes? Your father informed me of you. Did he? I guess I don't need to introduce myself then. I believe she made an attempt to smile, though it was difficult to tell, and she quickly dropped her gaze back to the floor. Flax and Ruby met only for the briefest moment. Flax and Ruby. Is that the subtitle for this game?
My favorite kid show.
I love those funny rabbits. She seemed to be looking at both someone and no one at all. Everyone here truly has the most beautiful color of hair. Did you have business with the mistress, Lord Mel? I can let her know if you would like. No, I was looking for you. For me. Mel felt as though all the blood in his body had begun to flow backwards. He could not effectively describe the sensation, but in a word, it resembled panic. On his way to find her, Mel had come up with a number of subjects he wanted to talk about, and he generally had little trouble speaking with others. He'd had less experience interacting with women, this was true, but the time he had spent around Nellie had kept him from stumbling too much. Until then. Yes, for you. By the way, not gonna end soon, but how long would this first part be?
This first door.
Yeah.
I don't even think you're halfway through.
Damn, okay.
It's hard for me to say how long it would be when you're reading it, but when I just like auto scrolled through it, it took 3.5 hours.
Okay, that's actually not that bad.
I imagine it wouldn't take more than double of that, so...
Let me know when either we're halfway through or you think it's a good time to stop.
I don't know when the halfway point is. I think after this scene, honestly, is a decent point to stop, but I can check for, like, a scene list, maybe.
Hell yeah. I'll refer to your judgment for the best dramatic point to call it. Why would you be looking for me, Lord Mel? I was wondering how you were doing. Pardon? I'm quite fine. Good. That's great to hear. You fool, Mel. What are you even saying? You have more important things to ask, like where she came from, or to tell her she has pretty hair and eyes. But I don't want to trouble her too much. Lord Mel? Yes! Sorry, you just suddenly fell silent. Was I, in your way? In my way? No, not at all. What are you up to? This guy's a fucking idiot.
He has no res.
I'm cleaning. Well, yeah, I didn't even need to ask. Ah! You're cleaning. Oh, you can just let the other servants take care of the cleaning. You're one of the noble's daughters we took in, right? Then why is mother making... No, I'm doing this because I want to. The mistress appeared to be busy, and I could not simply be idle. But I enjoy cleaning. Well, if you say so. Say, yesterday. The mansion is truly a thing of beauty. She has a hand, so I'm starting to think that she might be the amnesiac. That's why we're on the cover.
Huge, big hint.
All the many roses in the garden, even the furnishing, has had a great deal of thought put into it. This family must have a wonderful sense of aesthetic. Oh, well, yeah, thanks. Did she just change the subject on me? I'm delighted to have been given the opportunity to serve at such a magnificent house. Mother and father actually had nothing to do with that. Not even the garden. That's all been around since my grandfather's time. This mansion was a complete wreck when he bought it. Oh, was it? Yeah, frankly, I'm surprised he actually paid money for it. The chandelier in the foyer was shattered and only half attached to the ceiling. Most of the decorations on the walls were broken. I can hardly imagine. This is a marvelous, impressive house. I'm sure he'd be flattered to hear it. My grandfather was a bit of an eccentric. Oh, wrong. My grandfather was a bit of an eccentric. He liked to do things people didn't expect, just to watch the looks of surprise on their faces. He was the kind of man who would buy a mansion that was beyond repair just to give it a completely new life. Everyone who had seen the property before it was renovated were astonished. They regretted not taking the opportunity themselves, seeing the transformation it underwent. Huh? I was just thinking that you're kind of like this house. Okay.
Okay.
Elaborate. What do you mean by that? I mean, when you first arrived... Oh, no, never mind. Forget. He's fucking pathetic. She'll figure out you were peeping on her, stupid. She hasn't yet, has she? Yes?
Imagine meeting a guy for the first time and he's like, yeah, you're kind of like a house.
Yeah, you're a fixer-upper. It's nothing. The more I think about it, you and the mansion aren't really comparable. Oh? The truth is, it being a rundown mess isn't the only reason nobody wanted to buy this house. They say, it's haunted, it's haunted, it's haunted, it's haunted, it's haunted. That all who dwell within this house shall be met with misfortune. Do you believe it? I'm just kidding. It's not actually true. It's all rumors and hearsay embellished to make the tale more exciting. The rumors only started because of how it used to look. If the mansion truly begot misfortune, then we still wouldn't be here. Looks at the camera. There's not going to be any misfortune happening in these doors, is there?
No, this house is actually it blesses people.
You're
and
right.
everybody is very prosperous.
And it wouldn't explain how my grandfather died. You know how he passed away? No. How did he? What? Inside a lovely lady.
This is the first conversation he's having with this woman, by the way.
What? Believe it or not, that was how he died, together with a young, beautiful woman. His time ran out while he was making love to her, they say.
He doesn't even know her name. He's telling her this.
Is this the anecdote he busts out at the functions?
Yeah. It's his favorite story.
Rather crude way to go. But he was hardly misfortunate. Oh, she's into it. What'd I tell you? Ah. Yes? Just so you know, I promise I didn't inherit my grandfather's propensity for such base behavior. I am pure of body and spirit, dedicated wholly to my studies, so... Hey, she laughed. He's fucking pathetic. He's a loser. My apologies. No, it's fine. Anyways, we were talking about the mansion, right? I've always thought it was a kinda strange place myself. That dress you're wearing, it was found here after my grandfather bought it. It was found here? They didn't even make or buy this dress? This dress was left over from the previous tenants? You don't see that kind of design around these parts, so I'm guessing it was probably imported. The architecture is really old-fashioned too, which must have caught grandfather's eye. Old-fashioned in the 1600s! When he announced his plans to buy it, the entire family opposed his decision, but he refused to budge. Renovation upon renovation gave the mansion new life, but of all of his work, he was the most fond of the roses in the garden. He collected species from all across the world, and every time he got a new one, he would summon gardeners, to arrange and grow them. This really is Umineko. It took incredibly long to complete. There were even some that wouldn't grow in the climate of this land, but grandfather refused to give in. He truly loved roses. Me, I don't really get how someone could be so impassioned about them. It's just embarrassing every time someone calls this house Rose Manor. Perhaps the roses were meant for someone. What? I am simply speculating. Roses make wonderful gifts, after all. Indeed they do. Jumps out the window, goes to the rose garden, comes back with a handful. If you like roses as much as Nelly, then you're welcome to go see them for yourself. Pick as many as you'd like. If anyone asks, just say I gave you permission. Don't be shy. I'm sure it'll get tiring if all you do is work. No, I'm sensitive.
What did they mean by this?
This is House of Fata Morgana, Vampire the Masquerade. Oh, that's unusual. Perhaps that explains why you're so pale. I had no idea. That sounds rough. And your skin is so pretty, too. You don't seem terribly surprised. Well, oh no, I'm very much surprised. Or would you have preferred a more dramatic response? No, I expected you to find it disturbing. Well, yeah, I think you're a freak, but... I'm sensitive to sunlight and can hardly spend any time outside. That makes me sound like some kind of demonic creature, like a vampire. Ah ha ha. Question mark? Oh, you worry too much. There's not a monster in the world as sweet as you. Ah! Yes? Are the other maids teasing you, perhaps? That black-haired one especially, she's... How should I put it? A little frightening. I want the narrator to come back in and be like, wow! Almost as if she has a steel heart or something. She's impenetrable. Right, she's one of the mother's maids too, isn't she? Now I'm even more worried. Since you refuse to follow my instructions, you are henceforth Hellspawn. I can imagine her saying that. Oh, and again. I'm very sorry. No need to apologize. In fact, I wish you'd laugh more. She's actually very kind to me, and everything she does with incredible precision and efficiency. She looks so young, and yet she has such skill. How long has she been here in the mansion? Actually, she's been here for quite some time, but I don't know exactly how long. No one knows how old she is. It's kind of creepy. I've never once considered her such. Sorry, you're right. It's bad manners to speak ill of others. Either way, she still scares me. It's like there's no light in her eyes, or like her smiles are all faked. Doesn't make her any less pretty, though. What's wrong with you? Doesn't ask for a name, by the way.
Yeah.
Ah, the conversation died. I have to think of something else to talk about. Yes, you can ask me anything. Does the master, your father, Lord Mel, often retire from the mansion? I have not seen him around. Oh, yeah, father frequently returns home. This mansion is actually our secondary house. Why do you ask, though? I was just curious. Nothing more. Oh? Yes, what is it? One of the maids asked to see me, so I should be on my way. If you'll excuse me. Alright. See you later, then. Goodbye. Alright, one moment. Question mark? Since you're sensitive to the sun, I can pick some roses from time to time for you. For you to decorate your room. Lord Mel. That's all. Sorry for holding you up. Oh, why am I so bad at this? She definitely thinks I'm obnoxious. I want to hide under a rock. I want to kill myself on a reverse time and try this over again. Roses are not becoming of me. He is too kind.
So I actually, when I was playing this game, my game crashed right here. and part of me thought, part of me thought, oh, he wanted to reverse time and try again. Would it be different if when I reloaded it?
And then you reloaded.
I thought it was an Undertale situation almost.
You go to pick flowers and Flowey pops out and he says, "You reloaded to try to getting good with that girl, huh?" You have my thanks, Father. And I apologize for being late today. Now there is something unusual. You not being punctual. Maybe next we'll go a whole month without rain. Do have mercy on next year's crops, Mel. You hyperbolize, Father. So did something nice happen? Huh? You look like you're in good spirits. Do I? No. Nothing. Something did happen, didn't it? It's all over my face, isn't it? People prefer an open book to a face of stone. So it is. People may prefer it, but it's not a good trait for social engagements. That's not the kind of engagements you'll be having anyway. I'm sorry, don't look so dejected. For now, at least, there's nothing wrong with that. So tell me, what has you in such a joyous mood, Mel? You torment me so, Father. We've taken on another maid. You know how that goes, right? Someone new comes and things get lively for a while. All the excitement has gotten to me, that's all. Oh ho ho! Oh, why are you looking at me like that? No reason, no reason. So what family does the little lady come from? Oh, I don't actually know. You don't know? I was going to ask her, but I missed my chance. Father has returned home, and I can't speak to Mother. Bro, does Mother abuse him? I see. She's caught your eye, has she? Yeah, she has. But the truth is, you're more than just interested in her, are you not? No, I... You truly do enjoy tormenting me. Well, I should be getting home now. I want him to pop by the blacksmith shop again and get another butterfly bracelet. Mel? Yes? Make certain you find out where she's from. If you're genuinely interested in her, it's your responsibility to determine if she's actually suitable for you. Thank you. And excuse me. It doesn't matter if she's from an esteemed family or not. No. I'm not in love with her, I'm just interested. This isn't love, no. It couldn't be. This is me we're talking about. Besides, I hardly even know her. Young sire, blessed young sire, alms for the poor. It's the same beggar as before. I don't think he's moved since then, but he looks skinnier than last time. He's going to have trouble making it through the summer. I should give him something while I still have the chance. Alms for the poor, have mercy. Sorry, but this is all I have to give you. Ah, thank you very much. Blessings upon you. May the Lord bless your soul, young sire. Thanks. I feel bad for him. That's just the way of the world. Farewell. The skies are really clear. The sun shone fiercely down on the town that day. As was characteristic of the area, cloudy days and rain were frequent during this season, but the sun almost always took the stage the day after a storm. The cathedral standing tall in the center of town, the stone-paved streets clacking with the pleasant sound of footsteps, the people peering out from beneath awnings to look up at the sky. In Mel's eyes, it was as if they were all blessed by a divine light. However, not everyone living in the same land was equally blessed. In fact, the blessed were far outnumbered by the forsaken, even if their time would later become referred to as the Golden Age. I'm telling you, the big twist is going to be the maid pulls out an MP3 player. Elsewhere,
she makes the master listen to her tape.
Nellie was causing trouble for the Abigails. On a whim, she had decided to redecorate her bedchamber, so she gathered the maids and put them to work, shouting orders and demands and complaints. She had not summoned only her personal servants, but others as well, including the white-haired girl. No, not like that. How many times must I tell you? The tapestry goes by the door, and I don't like the carpet's pattern. Is there anything else we can change it with? Hey, who put this ugly vase here? Nellie appeared to be rather irritated, and it was the servants who bore the brunt of her frustration. Though if they found this similarly vexing, none of them showed it. She was a girl who spoke her mind, a trait particular to that time in history. Women of the Golden Age were so vivacious, in fact, that it inspired parody and satire in foreign countries. No matter how hands-off her parents were, had Nellie been born a generation earlier or a generation later, she likely would not have been able to act so free-spirited. That day, however, Nellie did not seem to be her usual self. Though she always spoke her mind, it rarely went beyond being childishly adorable. It was unusual to see her in such a foul mood, not even a smile on her face. Ugh, get rid of all of it! The carpet, that chair, the desk, it's all so ugly. I bet you she got an arranged marriage. She's upset about it. Don't we have anything better? Either that or she's a vampire now. If we don't, then order it. Have it made. You can do that much, can you? Hurry up and replace them. Having only arrived the morning, the white-haired girl was unsure of what she was supposed to be doing, caught in the middle of a flurry of maids and furniture and fabric. She chased frantically, scrambling Abigails with her eyes and made attempts to help, but not being familiar with the work, she only ended up getting in their way. She probably felt that everyone would be better off with her not in the room. So when the maids ordered to get new furniture made their way out of Nellie's room, she attempted to follow them. You hold on a second. You, yes you with the white hair. However, Nellie stopped her before she could take her leave. What? The white-haired girl turned back, bewildered to find Nellie smiling at her. The corners of her mouth turned up into a self-assured grin. There was no trace of timidity or uncertainty to her demeanor. Her flaxen eyes seemed like they would look nice under the light of the sun. Almost the exact opposite of the white-haired girl. Hee hee. I wanted to talk to you, actually. But Mother never was one to share. I asked her to trade maids, but she wouldn't have it. Trade? You mean for... Which is why... You fucking set this up? What's wrong with you?
Little weirdo.
Which is why I decided to completely redecorate my room, because then I would need some extra hands. But why? Because mother and father refused to tell me anything. Why is that? Who are you exactly? Where did you come from? Tell me, what house are you from? Why can't you tell me? If we took you in, you must be from a fairly decent family. As a member of the Rose family, I have a right to know. Do I not? You can't expect me to welcome a girl into my home who won't even tell me where she came from. I don't know anything about you. I haven't seen you at any parties. I came from another country. Another country? What country? Somewhere very, very far away. Transylvania? Oh? North of here? East, west, south? South. It's south of here. Okay. So if we're probably in France or Britain, right?
Yeah, it's either France or England.
So what could she be from? She could be from Italy, from Spain, I believe. I think Germany's down there. She could be from a lot of places, actually. From Ethiopia?
She could be from Africa.
Yeah. I crossed the sea to get here, which is why we have never met before.
She could be from Antarctica.
Dude, I feel bad for her if she's from Africa, because then the sun's on her fucking 24/7.
Yeah.
Antarctica?
Yeah.
How far did you have to travel then? How many times did the sun rise, and how many stormy nights did you face? Innumerable days and nights were sailed, heading even further north. Huh. So tell me, Lady Nellie, that is a most wonderful painting. She just tried to brush me off. I won't let her get away that easy. The same thing happened with Mel.
Yeah.
Painting, it's in my room, so of course it's wonderful. But that one's especially so. You're both so adorable. You, Lady Nellie, and Lord Mel. How old were you when it was painted? Huh? Ah, that painting. Goodness, yes, you have a good eye for art. It is magnificent, isn't it? This was done when I was 4 and Mel was 7. You see how we're standing next to each other holding hands? I was too young to remember it very well, but Mel looks like he was really embarrassed. But standing there like statues makes for a boring painting, Nellie explained brightly. Having completely forgotten she was pressed up against the white-haired girl, she did a little twirl, stopping to face the portrait. Though many paintings lined the walls of her room, Nellie was most fond of the one of her and her brother. Two darling siblings standing side by side, the older brother smiling kindly and the younger sister sweetly tilting her head, her cheeks the color of fresh-picked apples. It was like the very embodiment of their happiness. A painting lays its subjects bare, you know? Fortune and misfortune, happiness and sorrow, enshrined on canvas for all to see. And this reflection is not merely limited to the point in time it was made, either. Did you know, Master, that paintings are alive? Luigi's Mansion? They are drawn with a brush over an extended stretch of time, unlike photographs which capture a singular moment. The two have had their own individual merits, but a photograph is still, while a painting moves. Portraits reveal both the past and the present state of those they depict. Hee-hee? I like the hee-hee is injected in. Mel and I have always been close. I would sing songs for him, and he would teach me about all sorts of things. He's so smart. Nowadays, Mel hardly even goes for walks with me, making excuses like, I'm an adult now, but we used to spend a lot of time playing together in the rose garden. I see.
The white-haired girl normally had difficulty smiling, but her lips naturally curled upwards as Nellie reminisced. A vision of the two happy siblings had probably swelled up in her mind. And I imagine there's a faint trace of envy in her heart as well. Lady Nellie, you love Lord Mel quite deeply, I see. Yes, of course I do. Mel's smart and he's studious and he's incredibly kind. For my birthday, he gave me this wonderful rose necklace. The jewelry shop he got it from is famous because even the royal family makes commissions from their workshop. So he had to have ordered it months in advance, just for me. The white-haired girl is getting a rose necklace at some point. He's a prince. Oh? He's pretty charming, wouldn't you say? That's why I call him my prince. But you know what? Mel is a terrible dancer, and he still hasn't got his feet on the ground yet, and he's so bad at interacting with girls. So there's no one else who would say that about him. He is quite the gentleman. I assumed women would be drawn to him. Gentleman? Have you met Mel already? This morning, briefly. That reminds me. Mel seemed to know about her, too. What do you think about Mel? As I said, he is a gentleman. That's not what I mean. Don't think I'll let you get away with putting any funny ideas in his head. What? Mel is too trusting. He's pure of heart. So I won't stand for you trying to take advantage of him. I would never. So you say, but you actually want to get close to him? I wouldn't dream of it, Lady Nellie. He is a man far beyond my reach. You aren't planning on doing anything, are you? Music cut out. Not at all. And you don't have any romantic feelings for him, do you? Well, do you? I have no romantic feelings for him, Lady Nellie. And you won't develop any? I will not. And with that, Nellie gave a wild, satisfied grin. Even though one has no way of knowing how another truly feels or how they might in the future. You wouldn't, would you? Now that I think about it, there are plenty of other boys. You getting together with Mel is downright absurd. Indeed. But anyway, back to what we were talking about earlier, your family. I almost forgot. You haven't told me exactly where you came from or anything about your... Lady Nellie, I brought a new carpet. Just look at the embroidery. The works of a true artisan. I'm simply in love with it. Surely you will find it to your liking as well? Hell, you're right. That's a Florentine stitch, isn't it? I wonder whether someone mimicked the style or if it was improved. Either way, a great find. Let's hurry up and get it laid out. Oh, and we'll have to see how the colors go with everything else. We have to finish redecorating quickly so I can show Mel. He'll be so surprised. What wonderful taste you have, Nellie. She's doing the I show speed streamer try not to laugh face. When the other Abigails returned, so too did the bustle within Nellie's room. As the white-haired girl watched, a faint smile crossed her lips. Perhaps it was from relief at having escaped Nellie's inquisition. Or perhaps... Ah, Nellie, I'm back. Did you eat something you're not supposed to, dearest Mel? You're unusually cheerful. I'm the same as always. Anyway... Never mind that, dearest Mel. Take a look at my room. I redecorated today. So that's what you've been doing, hiding away in the house all day, Nellie. How is that any different than what you were doing? You were in the church all day. I get that wrong. I fucking... How's that any different than what you're doing? You were in the church all day. That's the correct voice, I guess. I will look at your room, I promise. But first, do you know where the new maid is? Dude, she's about to look at him like, are you fucking kidding me? No, don't get any strange ideas. I just haven't yet had a chance to introduce myself, and I thought I should as a member of the family. Except you have, and I know it. Being the eldest son, it would be shameful if she were to pass me in the halls, not even knowing who I am, so don't ask me. What? But you were in the house all day. She attends to Mother, so why would I know where she is? Though she did help redecorate my room. You made her help. That's work for the men servants. There was no reason to make the maids do it. Oh, so you're saying I should invite a bunch of men into my room? I go into your room all the time, Nellie, and you were in my bedchamber just this morning. Only one man is allowed in my bedroom, dearest Mel, and that is you. So unless you become a servant, which I will not stand for, I will not ask any of them for help. Oh, Nellie, you ought to be a little more... A little more what? If you're going to lecture me, I won't hear it. What am I going to do with you, my little lady? What? What? Why are you looking at me like that? We talked about you, dearest Mel, and I'm not going to tell you what she said. About me? What did she say? Immediately. He's freaking out. My cat came over. She's watching the screen now. Penny, which one's the vampire? Take a look. She glanced over to the left-hand side. I guess I know my answer. Please, Nellie. She said she has no romantic interest in you. Why did that even come up? Because we're both girls. We talk about things like what kind of boys we like and who's the most handsome. Why do you look so downtrodden, dearest Mel? You look like a sad little boy who can't get his crush to notice him. That face is unbecoming of a prince, Mel. Are you interested in her? That's strange. You haven't even met. I am not. It's just depressing to find out that someone you've never even met doesn't like you. That's all.
He's going through their earlier conversation in his head, and he's like, where did I go wrong?
He's gonna kill himself tonight. If I'm going to make my move, I must do so soon. I don't have much time. The master of the house isn't around, so next in line would be him. What? Are you playing the field? That painting. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Oh.
I think this would be the best place to stop for tonight. This is roughly halfway through.
When the vampires come out?
I also have to work tomorrow.
Let's see. Let's get a save going on. I'm gonna wait until next time when we finish. I'm gonna put the videos together, and then I'm gonna post the entire part 1. The House of Fata Morgana, Door 1, full playthrough. Where am I? Escape gets rid of everything.
Yeah.
How do I get out of this fucking game? Oh, there we go. I'm very intrigued. In between,
what are you thinking so far?
I'm thinking I do not know what the premise of this fucking story is. This could all be prologue. These 2 children could get nuked at the end of this story, and I will suddenly be left reeling. The white-haired girl is the main character. I've gathered that. I just don't know what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, it's definitely like, I feel like you won't know what's going on until you reach door 2. That's kind of how it's kind of like Umineko, where you don't actually see the point of the story until you hit episode 2.
The chessboard comes out.
When the witches come out, you see Beatrice for the first time.